Hello all, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to talk about one of the inferior dukes that served under Smambusek. Now we had talked about Smambusek in the previous video, and today we are going to talk about MALLTROZ. MALLTROZ is one of the most genuine of his spirit, one of the most welcoming ones. The others are a little bit destructive and indeed very much like poison. Now, MALLTROZ is the keeper of unseen lines, the silent enforcer of immutable boundaries. Unlike entities that impose change, destruction, and renewal, MALLTROZ does not alter anything. He simply assures once something has been established, it remains undefeated, and his role is not to dictate what's right or wrong, nor to chant, nor to judge the validity of a law, an oath, or a restriction. Instead, he reinforces what already exists, ensuring that what has been set in motion cannot be undone. Once a boundary has been placed under his force, it becomes permanent, unalterable, inescapable, and beyond negotiation. Now, even though I had channeled MALLTROZ, I had attempt to put a Hebrew and Greek rendering upon his name. His Greek name is MALLTROZis, and in Hebrew, he is most accurately rendered and reconstructed as MALLTROZ, which means, we're going to split the name of MALLTROZ into first the channeled and the second the Hebrew full rendering, which we will then use the channeled to sort of use the Hebrew as birthing stones to remake again the channel name. So we're gonna first break the channel version, which we have mal, tre, and raz. So in Hebrew, the mal derives from malak, and the tre from turu, which means elevated like a mountain, and raz means mysteries, and malak means to reign. So his literal Hebrew rendering of his name would mean something to reign over hidden mysteries or structures. MALLTROZ is not one of the spirits that will make very apparent of himself, but instead he's a spirit that works on the backgrounds. So he will work upon to make unbreakable oaths and punish those who break them. He can make a ritual space, a home, firm and protected. So here the structural powers of MALLTROZ are reflected here. But also he can make the reverse. He can also go into a group of people, into a structure, and cures the place. If you have a law, if you have a treaty, he can make it remain unchallenged, and he can make the people who disrespect it into respecting it. But the unchallenged part will mean as a king who reigns as a tyrant, sort of a challenge. So not a bit of, so it's not like he can make path inescapable and unavoidable. He does not block movement, but something that has been committed to a course of action under his influence, there is no turning back. The path will continue forward regardless of regret or reconsideration. So in that manner, he's quite a little bit of like Lisa Valk, very covenantal in nature, which is something quite of the unique parts, like one of the most unique demons within Samambusek's hierarchy. He's probably the only one that is this soft, because the other ones are much more destructive, more poisonous and venomous. MALLTROZ can be called for protection to reinforce boundaries whenever it's spiritual, material, or physical, ensuring that once a structure is set, it remains secure. It can be called for oath binding to ensure that the promise, agreement, or conduct cannot be broken under any circumstances. It can be called for permanence to solidify something to reality and protect it. It can be as well called for curses to trap an enemy in stagnation, ensuring that they remain locked in an inescapable state. A person bound by MALLTROZ force will find no progress, no loopholes, and no way forward. The zodiac signs of MALLTROZ includes Taurus, which reflects his endurance and preservation, Scorpio, unbreakable will, transformation through permanence, Capricorn, structure and a yielding law. Within the Sephiroth and Kabbalah, he signifies Binah, the sphere of restriction, permanence, and divine law. He also is attributed to Gevura, the aspect of judgment and severity, ensuring the consequences are fully enforced. Unlike forces of destruction, MALLTROZ does not obliterate or erase. He simply ensures that once a structure has been set, it is never undone. This makes influence permanent and absolute. There is no reversals, no second chances, or no compromises. If somebody seeks to change, to reinforce something, to enter his land of Canaan, MALLTROZ can be called. But most importantly, as a psychological manifestation of MALLTROZ's power, is that he can make the sorcerer move with absolute certainty, because once MALLTROZ has sealed something, it is sealed forever.